What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just want to share with you a ultimate lead generation template that I built for WordPress, and I just want to walk you through it. This is going to be available in the free community in Circle, so hop over there. The link is in the description if you want to join us. This particular template will be $99, but you can join for free. You can check out the community, and then you'll also get access to purchase this template from a post. Things going on in this template that I want to cover, and it's obviously not the prettiest. We have some key sections in here, like a services section. Just keep it really simple. Just list the services, and then you can link these out to the individual service pages right here. But I've actually realized that ugly, simple templates tend to convert the best, right? If you get too designy and you kind of let the design distract from the actual content and what people are trying to achieve on a website, then it actually lowers conversions. So what you want them to do is call the phone number or fill out the form, right? So keeping the form up front and center. You don't want to hide it away on a contact page so people have to go digging for it. That's just an extra click or an extra step that people have to take to become a lead. This is just kind of lead generation 101. But yeah, there's a few different things I want to cover here. First is the services custom post type. So coming up here to service one, this is actually a custom post type. So let's go ahead and click edit service, and then we'll see what this looks like in the back end. So this is how I have it set up. So you just have the name of the service, and then we have a form that you essentially fill out. And starting at the top, we have the H1 keyword, we have an intro paragraph, which is this little intro paragraph right here. And then we have the phone number, call to action, a section area, another call to action, another section area content. And then the FAQs are really cool because you can actually just duplicate. If we come down here, this is actually a group. So you'll notice it's a question and an answer. And then you can just click add more. So for example, if I add question 3 and then answer 3, go ahead and save that. And then we come back to the front end. Suddenly these 2 will turn into 3, just like that. So it's a really clean, simple setup. You can have unlimited FAQs, which are really good for ranking long tail keywords if you just use keyword variations. And it's actually a really nice way to clean up the design as well, because you can get 3,000, 5,000 words of content on a page without it looking like it's on the page, because Google actually reads everything that's in the accordion, right? Humans can't read it until it's opened, but the bot can go ahead and scrape all of that content. And these are actually set up, if we just take a look here, this is built in Bricks, by the way. So for all you Bricks users, this will be perfect for you. So these FAQs are actually using the correct attributes for item prop name. And then under content, the answer is item prop text. So these are actually using the correct attributes. Also for schema, I believe this will work perfectly for schema as well. You are just completely good to go on those FAQ sections. So something else I want to talk about is this phone number. So if we come back to the WordPress admin here, I made a company info box, and this is where you can put in your phone number. You can put in the phone number URL, which is obviously the phone number calls when it's clicked, right? So you need the TEL and then plus country code and then phone number. Just standardizes it across the entire website. Company name, you can use that as a variable as well as the location. And I did this, if any of you guys are web designers, you know what I'm talking about, because you want to be able to set this one location, right? So right here, I think down here, I should probably put in the footer as well. Here's the location, Seattle. And then I believe on the homepage, I use the location right here. So you can literally just leave this, right, in the template. And all you have to do is change the location, the company name, and the phone number right here. So let's see what happens when I change this to 1 in the phone number. We can update the settings, and then we can come back, reload, and magically it updates across the entire website, right? So you can imagine how much time this is going to save you not having to go through every single phone number. I remember in the beginning, I used to design in Webflow and this wasn't available, right? So every single phone number, every single button I had to make sure was changed. And I didn't. So I had my wires crossed essentially across websites. So someone thought they were calling a plumber in Hawaii and they were getting like a concrete guy in Texas. You know what I mean? So this just makes it so everything is organized. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to make sure every single button on the website is hooked up correctly. So we can take a look at this template. And I plan on actually adding more and more sections in here. So this isn't all you're going to get. I'm going to add more content sections, call to action sections, our work, why choose us, services, whatnot, whatever you guys need. I will continuously update this, and then you can either install it on, I think what I would do is I would install it on your server similar to this, where I just have a subdomain for template.domain.com. And if the template ever updates, all you have to do is take the file I give you and then replace the website, and then it will update the new template. And then from there, you have everything you need, and then you can export it from there or whatever, or just re-upload the template to a new website. But at least you'll have the template if you want to make changes to it. This is how those custom fields work for those global variables. So it'll just say our services in city, and then our phone number, and then primary keyword in city. This form, it's just a very simple bricks form. Obviously, you have to set up your email sending from your own server. We use SendGrid, which is free, actually, and it integrates with our hosting, which is on GridPane. So it's a complete seamless API connection. That's how we have it set up. However you want to send forms from your server is completely up to you. You can use Easy STP plugin, whatever you need. Essentially, this is where you would set where those emails go to. It's just a standard bricks form. It's not dependent on Gravity forms, which is what we usually use. But I just wanted to standardize this for you. Maybe you're a website designer and you're just getting into Rank and Rent. This will allow you to be able to basically use whatever form you want to use here. Or you can just use Bricks. Bricks is pretty solid for forms as well. And then here, this is just where I would add service 1, service 2, and then you can change, you can just link it right here. And actually, if I was going to build this out even more, and this is what I mean about future functionality and features, I would probably just make this list item. I'm going to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this list item a query loop, and it will be a post, and the post type will be service. So that way you don't even have to come here and change this, because this will come down here to services. You can actually just use post title and click save. And then if we come here to the homepage, there's service 1. And I actually have to get rid of the lorem ipsum. I have 2 instances of home here that I want to close. So get rid of that. And then this will link dynamic data. It will link to the post link. Go ahead and save. And there you go. So you don't even have to come here. You can just add services on the back end, and then they will automatically populate an internal link to the correct page. Click there, and then we're on that service. So pretty slick, pretty easy. Basically, I just want to make it super easy for you guys to get up and running with a Rank and Rent site. This is obviously just a big content section for keyword variations. We can probably add more FAQs to the bottom here, which you can easily just copy paste over from the service template over to the homepage. I just want to keep this really simple to begin with. I didn't want to overwhelm you. I was going to make pages for like heroes and content sections and all this crazy stuff. But I think the functionality is here. And the functionality is simply the service template, the global variables, the blog, right? Sometimes templates will come with blog designs. So I just wanted to make sure that hooked up for you. So this will actually use the featured image for this big gray block with an overlay. So I just want to make sure you're set up with all the little pieces of what makes a website, right? And for about pages and just simple single page templates, you can probably just clone the homepage and then just get rid of everything except for this section down here for the about page, for example, and you'd be good to go. So you guys let me know down in the comments if this is something that you would be interested in, what is something that you would like to see before you purchase it, or if you think that this is a great way to hit the ground running. You can click the link in the description to grab a copy of this. It's very simple to install. All you have to do is create a new WordPress installation on your server, and then you need to all-in-one migration. And then once that's installed, you take the file, a single file that I give you, upload it to your website, and then log in with the email and password I provide, and you have this entire website. Something else this website utilizes is using a color framework for all of the CSS buttons and colors, as well as the typography. So if you wanted to change the blue, maybe you're doing a tree service website, you can change it across the entire website by coming up here to the primary color and just changing it to green. Boom, there you go. You saved hours and hours of time going from page to page, all your services, changing the color, the button colors, the icon colors. Everything is done in one click right there. And this is leveraging a framework where you can actually just use combo classes. So for example, this one is using button dash dash primary. You could change this to button dash dash action if you wanted that to be this action color. Of course, we can change that action color right here as well. And we can change that more to, you know, a reddish orange, maybe a more chromatic orange. And there you go. That is completely updated across the entire website. So just want to make sure you knew that this is actually using a CSS framework, and you can one-click update that across the entire website. I think there's just one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to using this template, just so you know exactly how everything is set up. So we have the main navigation up here, which is obviously a global header, and then we have the global footer. Now, I set up 3 different menus, and the reason is because I wanted a main menu. And then if you come down here to the footer, I wanted one just for services, and I wanted one just for pages. Pages would be those single page templates like, you know, about us, contact us, stuff like that. So just get a quote, we'll go to the contact page. So I'm going to add those down here. And then the services, you can just come over to the menus right here and under appearance menus. And you can see all of those templates, right? Or all those menus rather. So if you come over to services, you can select that. And then once you create more and more services, you can come here and you can add them to the menu. One thing I noticed is the services custom post type isn't showing up as an option right here. So you can just come up here to screen options, and then you can check on services just to make sure that is available. And then whenever you create services, you can just go ahead and add those to either the main menu, which is nested under just a blank services dropdown. You can just come here and you can add in your services under that, and then contact or about or whatever else you want. And then under pages, you know, similarly, you can do that here. So I just want to make that clear in case you're wondering, you know, where to set that up. All right, that's it for me. Let me know if you want to cop this template, and I'll see you guys in the next one.